always wait until I see one person. And then we're gonna get going. How's that sound? Oh, maybe I can flip my camera. I think that's gonna make a huge difference. But there, we got it. All right, well, I am working on the table. I'm going to show you a few little things that I'm going to do today. I don't think I'll be able to finish. We are going out of town tomorrow for the rest of the week, but I really, really wanted to jump on and at least try to get something done. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Pam. Thank you all for joining me today. We'll see. Hi, Brenda. We'll see what I can get done. I do have my computer. Let me, as usual, I always forget to turn it on. Just in case there are any questions. Let me get onto Facebook here. I feel like I'm just such a mess today because I'm trying to get work done. I'm trying to pack. I'm a last minute packer. Are you a last minute packer? I'm a last minute packer. Okay. There we go, I see me. I am going to enlarge it. And then we're going to see. Okay. Hey everyone. Oh my gosh. Hi Dolly. Hi Donna. I don't know what I'll see as far as comments, but I am. Hey Lindy, I'm going to try and do my best to show you what I'm working on. So I've got my glue gun on. I ended up, remember, I'm going to show you the drawers. Hold on. And then I'll show you what I'm doing. So I ended up buying this metal strapping from Amazon to, if you remember, the drawers, right? The, well, kind of recap. This is plastic ceiling tile I got at the Dollar Tree. And look at how beautiful that can be, right? But it was just short, about this, you know, about a ½ inch. So this strapping was 3/4 of an inch wide. I went ahead and hot glued it for now so that it stays on, like right, a quick fix. I will probably at some point put some nails in it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm going to show you where else I'm putting the strapping. I went ahead and pre-painted them as well, but I will need to go back and fix them to match them up a little bit. I forgot that I had used a combination of all 3 whites we have. So this is going to go here. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And let's see, maybe I can bring you even a little closer. Sorry about the shadows. I'm using my zoom light. Whoops. And I don't know if that's any better. It's a weird kind of light, but okay, let me get rid of the comments here because I can't. I'll have my back to you, I think. Oh, doesn't matter. All right, so I've got the glue gun on. And let me start on the bottom one. I'm going to go ahead and just run a bead. Ooh, that's hot. It is steaming. I'm going to run a bead this way. Ooh, and it's dripping. That's okay. And shoot. You know how you've got just seconds to work on something. Hopefully that's, well, I think it's going to stick well enough anyway because if, you know, I end up putting nails in it, it'll be just fine. So now, this one. So this is just to show you, you know, the kind of stuff you can do yourself. All right. So that's good enough until I I come back and I can see right there, I definitely have to put nails there. But that's all right, that's gonna work for now. Alrighty, next step. I want to show you, well, real quick, okay, tell me just to slow down, you guys. I don't know why I'm feeling panicky. I think because I'm looking at the time. I also have to leave here at 5 o'clock to go to my book club. But I wanted to work on this with you. And I wanted to put the table on the table to make it easier for me to get to. So, we're just gonna work real quick, do the base coat, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do here. But I really want to finish, for those of you who may not know what a base coat is, if you're new to painting, especially a piece of furniture, that's what we're going to do right now. And I am going to remember to use all 3 whites this time. All right. My ideas for this sides are going to be phenomenal. What I'll end up doing, we'll get to however far I can get for today, but I'll show you what I did on one side. We'll go ahead and work on it here. It's going to be so pretty. So this is just what's called base coating. For those of you who may not know, I don't know if that's a term crafters use or not, to be honest with you. My background, painting walls and furniture, I'm just getting into crafting, but I've got some furniture pieces I've been wanting to paint. That's why I'm painting this one. Because our new house is going to be, we're going to be starting to build. And I would love to have these pieces painted before the house is built and finished. I was telling my husband last night that, hey, I'm getting old. I may not want to paint furniture by the time the house is done. It'll be a couple of years before, I bet you, 1.5 years before it's done. So I'm not going to worry too much about the bottom. I can get that. And this was just to kind of show you what I'm doing on the side. I did paint this pure white in saltwater taffy. It's our bright white. Because I'm going to show you the next step. I'm going to be using watercolor. The reason I have 2 palettes is because I have worn out some of my favorite colors here. So we're going to use our watercolor. I was going to make watercolor out of our Magical Chaulk Paint, and I thought, why? When I already have these palettes. And I'm going to use our water brushes. And if anyone's interested, I know a lot of you are using these like when you're decoupaging. These are all in our sale section, on sale right now. So our brushes come in different sizes, so you're going to get 6 different sizes, just so you know. You're going to get like a couple of flat ones, or I think 3 flats, different sizes, and 3 pointed ones in different sizes. So this one is my favorite here. You know, it's funny, I don't even need my computer on because I can't see what you're saying. I just won't see them all. A lot of you know about our products and what they do, so you know, you can always talk amongst each other and answer each other's questions if that's okay. So this is the palette I'm using. I'm going to, instead of dripping and moistening my paint, because I might get too much water in there, I dripped it into the well here. And our paints are actually pretty pigmented. So I need to kind of experiment. And like I said, I did do another side yesterday. And it took a couple of passes, but you know, I was using my my watercolor mop brush to kind of soften everything yesterday. Whoops. That'll be all right, because these panels will also be layered. I'm really excited about what I'm going to do on these. They're going to be so pretty. So pretty. Oh my gosh, you can see my favorite colors are just worn out. And I'm just doing this to kind of soften the colors, but I may need to get my sprayer. Although I don't. Give me a second, don't go anywhere. I'm going to get my sprayer to moisten that. I'm back. Sorry about that. Whoa, as I trip over drawers. I'm gonna keep this wet. And I did pick up this watercolor mop brush is really great too for softening when the paint is wet. It's drying pretty quick. Whoops. There we go. You know, and I'm okay, I'm okay to do this haphazard because my plan is actually to do a stencil on top. What I'm hoping is we'll get to that. After I'm done doing this, I'll turn it around to the other side because it's already watercolored. And we can work on the stencil together. And I'll show you my idea on that. The reason I wanted, again, to use the watercolors, whether I made my own out of the chalk paint or not, is to keep it really soft. Keep the color really, really soft and translucent. So what I'm doing is just picking up like similar colors that I used on the drawers. Right? The blues, the oranges, the greens, the yellows. Thank you, Donna. Yes, I love working on small pieces too. I'm really glad I waited to do this table. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and it's like I thought I had an idea. I always knew I wanted to do something different inside here. I just, I was actually watching Jane Belante Art, our brand ambassador, also creative director. She was doing some watercolor painting on paper for her background, and I thought, you know what, that's exactly what I want for this. I was also looking at some decoupage papers that I was considering, and one that caught my eye look like watercolor with a harlequin pattern on it. Now I'm not going to do a harlequin, but I thought after I saw that decoupage paper, I almost bought it, and I'm like, why? I can paint something similar. And then it gives you the opportunity to see how easy it is to create, these simple backgrounds. You can see everything's haphazard. There's no rhyme or reason, really. Use a little brighter one. Okay, so what's happening here? Do you see how my brush is turning brown? My paint, I should say, is turning brown. It's because I've mixed an orange while I'm using orange, while my brush has blue and green on it. So that is going to make my paint muddy. So that's something I talk about a lot when I'm blending a lot of colors. All right, so tomorrow and the rest of the week, we're going to be in Farmington, New Mexico. I'm just following Mr. Pixie while he works. I feel sorry for him because poor guy, he travels 4 to 5 days a week. And last week he asked me if I'd go with him. And I said, yeah. So Thursday night, I actually will be doing a live from my hotel room, which a lot of you know I do, with Lisa Ahmad. Craft Therapy with Lisa Ahmad. All right, I'm going to just fix this part, and then we're going to turn it to the other side. And maybe we could start our stencil. I'll end up putting another coat of the white here later on. That's not a big deal. I'm even thinking the trim, that's going to need another coat, but I'm kind of thinking something here. Ooh. Look how pretty that could be in the watercolor. Since I know I'm going to paint this over anyway, right? Oh man, that would be pretty. Oh, I may have to do that on the edge. I think that'd be really pretty. All right, so I'm going to put the watercolor away for now because I'm going to turn the table around and we'll see if my stencil, I'm going to take this computer out of the way because I don't think I need it. And turn this around. Little table has some weight to it. And there's the other side. Isn't that pretty? All right. So what I've decided to use is this like Moroccan, how come I can never figure out where my camera is, right? Moroccan pattern. And I should have sprayed some adhesive. I didn't. That's okay. Forget, these are, they're not as thick as what a lot of stencils are. And I plan to do this, use the different sizes because I think it'd be really pretty, right? Do you travel a lot for work, Shannon? Oh, I see. Yeah, having someone join. Yeah, I know. I feel sorry for him sometimes. I myself am a homebody. But like I said, sometimes, you know, I feel bad because he's gone all the time. I can keep myself so busy by myself here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a glaze. Let me see if we can, there we go. Oh, it's so many shadows. Okay, we're going to make a glaze out of the Sheer Beauty glaze. I don't want this to be solid white, and I'm going to use one of the whites. I am thinking I might use marshmallow, or maybe I'll use them all. I don't know, but I need to make, I was going to actually make it a glaze. If I want to use all the colors, maybe I'm better off doing what I do sometimes. Okay, we're going to try something here. I am going to use marshmallow because it is not a bright white. It is just what someone might call a true white. I'm going to see if we can make this work. I'm going to load my 1C brush with quite a bit of glaze at the tip and then load it into the paint. Let's see if that's going to work. Worst comes to worst, I can always paint this white again and start over. Not that I want to, but could. This is where I should have used the adhesive. I don't want to start here because then I'm going to have a border. Oh, but then I'd have to border that. Okay. We are just going to go for it. And then I'm working on it at an angle. Kind of hard. Kind of hard, guys. And I'm going to stipple like I do. I like to stipple. Nothing else. We can kind of get the idea of where I'm going with this. Another reason I wanted to use the glaze is because when it dries, it will dry more translucent, transparent. No, that's not doing what I want it to do at all. That is one big mess. And I think it's because, we have to rethink that stencil, or I have to have glue on it, or just paint. Well, this could end up being a very short life, because that's what I was going to show you. The only other thing I have left to do is paint the back of my table. If somebody, you know, if you just want to stick around while I do that, at least I'll have that done. But I've got to figure out with my stencil, and who knows, I may have to cut it, but I think it definitely needs adhesive. Like I said, I'm not used to these really thin ones. And probably straight paint. But I think it would be beautiful. But you know what? No time for that right now. Let me turn the table around, and I'm just going to get the back of it watercolored. I don't want to ruin my side. Get some of these out of the way, right? And then I'll have some room. So I want to go. There we go. There we go. I can see you on my phone. Alrighty. I'm going to straighten out my drop cloth. I should have practiced on that finished side first, right? No big deal. You know what? It's all gonna get done probably when I get home. All right. So I'll just work on this. I'm gonna mist it because I felt like when I misted it, I could control my colors a little better. And again, I'm just going to keep using my actual water brush. Now see, I just dripped water into the paint itself, and now it's really translucent. See it? Oops. That's something. Oh, a glue. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's glue. This is not as exciting to see, I think, but you know, it needs to be worked on. And like I said, if you know you're okay with just watching me paint with the watercolor, you can really see how easy this is. And you can use really any kind of tool to get those edges off. I love this shade of green. So pretty. And if I can get that stencil to work the way I want it to, it's going to be really pretty just to see these colors, like just in smaller areas of the stencil. So what's happening, my watercolor is setting up pretty quick, and that's because chalk paints are normally more on the drier side when they dry, right? They kind of soak up paint, and that's what's happening. So another reason why I want to keep this moist, so I can just blend a little better. We'll see. I made a bunch of bubbles. We'll see if they come out. I think we need some orange on this side as well. I don't like to do everything exactly the same way, but I do like some balance. Put some of that. I've got a bright green in here that I absolutely love, and I'm down to the end of it, but I think I have some left in my other palette. So see, watercolor isn't just for canvas art. You can use it on anything, right? Grab some blue. What's nice is when you mix the blue and the yellow together, it makes something really pretty. So this blue that I'm using right now is actually really, really similar to our Bonvetti Cocktail Chalk Paint. I fell in love with this blue when I got this palette, and I had always said If I ever had my own paint line, I was going to have this color, and I do. The Bun Vinny Cocktail is one of my favorite blues. It's got like a hint of a green, what we call a green undertone. It's really pretty, but it's not green, right? It's blue. I had such a hard time when I was looking for colors. That's why in the bottles, if you look at Bun Vinny Cocktail and Watermelon Rind together, they actually look really similar. It's not until you put them down on a surface you see that Watermelon Rind is a green, like a deep teal, bohemian blue. If you have it, you know, kind of green. And I think of Bun Vinny Cocktail as more of like a peacock blue. Are peacocks blue, right? They got blue, don't they? I don't know why I call it that, but I do. I call it like a peacock blue. Gotta make sure I don't bring my blues to get one big blue blob, right? Up here. You know, it's funny, I can't see. Is that what you mean? Up there needs to blend better? And it will have a stencil on top on a large part of it, so it won't be that noticeable. And I may have to go back after it dries. I can see real here, it's really translucent. So I may have to go back and layer some more color on top. And it's hard working to the side, that's for sure. And it's just drying really, like soaking into the wood too, making it that much more difficult to work with, but it's not that it's hard. Just gotta work faster. Try to get that drip. Oh. See, I'll have to go back where the water dripped and took the paint off. Josi. Put it some more. Better to have to come back in and paint another coat than trying, you know, or making a mess. There's my yellow. With watercolor pens, what I like about these is when you need to offload a different color paint off the bristle, you just squirt the water down, let it drip down and on a rag or a cloth and wipe it off, and it cleans your bristle off. Kind of cool. Much water, right? Oh, and this is a brand new brush, and I've got bristles I'll have to work out later. All right, so there's a little more blue there. fix this. Sometimes it's really hard. It's hard to fix translucent paint with the glazes and the washes, because this is what happens. When I was doing walls, my gosh, you hated it when something like that happened, because it's so hard to fix. All right, so what I'll be able to do is, after this dries really well, I'll be able to come back in and I'll do another coat. And that's another coat of this will hide, right, a lot of these imperfections. But again, when I go to put my stencil on, I'm gonna have to, like, this one would have been easier. I might even trim this down really, really low, so it's tighter. What I kind of like about this, if I left this on the edges, and not to say I couldn't do it on the other ones, but it could look like a grate, right? Yeah, see how much is going to be covered? All of this will be white. No, I'm almost thinking, gosh, what if I did it in white metallic? That could be pretty too, right? Anyway, I guess that's it for today. Whoa, haha, that light's bright. I don't know when I'll get back to this, probably when I get back, obviously, because I'm leaving. But I appreciate you being here for this part, and have a great week. I'll see you Thursday. My live with Lisa is going to be Thursday, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 5 o'clock in New Mexico that time. Doesn't matter. Just remember 7 o'clock Eastern Time, okay? Have a good evening. Love you guys. Bye.